I know you're in the team with Jerry and Hugo. You're all left.
Ko pa mapaniwala. Maraming salamat sa suporta. Sana patuloy yung...
Pauline Hanson erupts, "Leave her alone." The 12-word warning she delivered has shocked both the Prime Minister and the tennis world, sending ripples across the globe. Professional tennis has collided head-on with a political firestorm that no one saw coming. One of Australia's most polarizing political figures has drawn a massive line in the sand, standing squarely, defiantly, and unapologetically in support of a 20-year-old tennis sensation who suddenly finds herself at the center of an international storm. Hanson, the outspoken One Nation leader known for never backing down from controversy, has broken her silence in spectacular fashion, and she is absolutely furious. In a move that has left sports journalists, political commentators, and tennis fans reeling, she launched a blistering, take-no-prisoners defense of the Philippines' golden girl, Alexandra Ella, calling out what she describes as a grave injustice and a coordinated attack on a young woman whose only crime was speaking her mind. In a moment that will be replayed in news cycles for weeks, Hanson delivered a chilling, direct warning to Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese himself, just 12 words that have sent shockwaves through the halls of power and made everyone in the tennis world sit up and take notice.
Over the terms of 4 Prime Ministers, Prime Minister Albanese has easily been the worst of them. He promised he would lead a more accountable government in the wake of Scott Morrison's secret ministries. The Labor government's conduct in Parliament has been exactly the opposite of this principle. They have shut down debate on critical legislation, ramming through disastrous bills with the enthusiastic support of the Greens and Senator Pocock. Yesterday they refused to support Senator Price's motion supporting Royal Commission in child sexual abuse in Indigenous communities.
Why is the entire international tennis community holding its breath? And how did a young Filipino tennis star become the unlikely focal point of a political battle reaching all the way to the top of the Australian government? We have all the explosive details, the shocking quotes everyone is talking about, and a complete breakdown of the high-stakes drama that has everyone watching with bated breath. The tension is so thick it feels almost tangible, growing more intense by the hour. Just days before the first serve of what should have been a straightforward new tennis season, attention has dramatically shifted from baseline rallies and championship points to front-page headlines and political grandstanding. Reports are pouring in from media outlets across Australia, capturing a story that blends sports, politics, and controversy into a whirlwind no one could have predicted. Across the Philippines and beyond, Pauline Hanson, never one to shy away from controversy or stay silent when she believes injustice is being done, has stepped boldly into the spotlight to defend young Alexandra Ella from what she describes as a coordinated and vicious barrage of unfair criticism. The situation is growing more intense and complicated by the day. Critics, according to multiple sources, have allegedly targeted the Filipino star relentlessly simply for speaking her truth and voicing concerns that many others share but are too afraid to express publicly. Hanson and her supporters insist this is nothing more than a young woman exercising her fundamental right to free speech, yet it has apparently triggered disproportionate political backlash from powerful entities who do not appreciate being questioned or criticized. True to her reputation, Hanson did not mince words, delivering a statement that has gone massively viral across social media, racking up millions of views and tens of thousands of shares. In it, she painted a vivid and emotionally charged picture of a young athlete under siege by forces far stronger than any opponent she has faced on a tennis court, demanding, "How can anyone be so cruel?" Her voice reportedly shaking with passion. With genuine emotion and righteous anger, Hanson portrayed Alexandra Ella not merely as a talented tennis player chasing rankings and trophies, but as a courageous young woman who has devoted her entire life to bringing glory, pride, and honor to her nation only to be vilified, attacked, and torn down for daring to critique the establishment and demand better. She posed a question that is now echoing across Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and every social media platform imaginable, being reshared thousands of times per hour. Is it cruel to criticize someone who is demanding justice for everyone? The rhetorical power of that question has resonated deeply with those who believe young athletes, especially from smaller nations without the massive institutional support of tennis superpowers, deserve protection and backing when speaking truth to power. Then came the moment that genuinely stopped everyone cold, a moment political analysts and sports commentators are calling the defining soundbite of the controversy. Hanson paused deliberately, stared directly into the cameras with an intensity that could melt steel, and delivered a 12-word warning that reverberated like a thunderclap across the Australian political landscape. The shockwaves continued to ripple across the political landscape as media outlets debated the exact wording of Hanson's message, though its essence was unmistakably clear. "Touch her again, and you will answer to me and the Australian people." It was a direct, unambiguous challenge to the powers that be, a signal flare aimed at politicians, media figures, and anyone else considering further attacks, warning that any move against Alexandra Ella would first have to go through Hanson herself. And she made it clear she is more than ready for that fight. The political ramifications of the statement are enormous, with the potential to reshape public discourse around athlete rights and freedom of speech. But for young Alex, the pressure she now faces is mounting rapidly, as the spotlight intensifies and the stakes continue to rise. The pressure Alexandra Ella is facing right now is absolutely stratospheric, unlike anything most athletes her age have ever experienced. She isn't just competing for ranking points or prize money anymore, whether she wanted it or not. She has become the face, the symbol, the living embodiment of a much larger battle for free speech, athlete autonomy, and justice in the sports world. And if you want to talk about dramatic timing, about the universe having either a twisted sense of humor or a perfectly orchestrated sense of narrative, consider what's happening on the tennis court. While this political hurricane swirls off the court, creating headlines and dominating news cycles, Ella is about to step directly into the biggest pressure cooker of her young professional career. Amid the media frenzy, political statements, and social media firestorm, Alexandra Ella has arrived in Auckland, New Zealand, ready to confront the intense spotlight of competition head-on. Alexandra Ella is set to compete in the ASB Classic, one of the premier lead-up tournaments to the Australian Open, and she is absolutely not coming alone or unprepared. She has strategically teamed up with American teen sensation Iva Jovic, 18, and their partnership is fascinating on multiple levels. Jovic is already a force of nature in her own right, currently ranked number 35 in the world in singles, an extraordinary feat for someone barely old enough to vote. A decorated junior champion, she claimed her first WTA title at just 17 in Guadalajara, signaling herself as a major talent and future star. Together, these two rising phenoms represent the future of women's tennis. Fast, fearless, and hungry to prove that no off-court drama, political controversy, or media storm can shake their focus or diminish their determination to succeed. Their competitive fire is undeniable. But the story gets even more incredible as if the tennis gods themselves decided to intervene with a wicked sense of humor or a severe test of character and resilience. Awaiting Ella and Jovic in the doubles draw is far from just another competent team. It is a literal wall of legends, a pairing that combines decades of experience, multiple Grand Slam titles, and an intimidation factor most players couldn't handle even on their best day. They are set to face the ageless queen herself, Venus Williams, partnering with Ukrainian powerhouse and former world number 3, Alina Svitolina. The contrast could not be more staggering. On one side of the net, youth, hunger, and the future of the sport embodied by Ella and Jovic, with a combined age of just 38. On the other side, experience, dominance, and raw power from two of the most accomplished athletes in modern tennis history. Representing experience, achievement, and sustained excellence at the highest level, Venus Williams, a 45-year-old living icon with 7 Grand Slam singles titles and 14 Grand Slam doubles titles, partners. With Alina Svitolina, a former world number 3 currently ranked 14th and in the absolute prime of her career. This is a generational clash for the ages. The fresh new wave crashing against the establishment, tomorrow versus yesterday, potential versus proven excellence. For Venus, this match carries profound significance beyond just another doubles event on the calendar. At 45, long past the age most athletes retire to commentary or coaching, she is still grinding, competing, and refusing to let time dictate her story. Her resume and collection of achievements are the stuff of legend, yet she continues to lace up her shoes, put in the work, and demonstrate that true greatness has no expiration date. Every match she plays at this stage is a testament to longevity, dedication, and an unquenchable competitive spirit that refuses to be dimmed. For Svitolina, this partnership represents something different but equally significant: dominance. It's about using her vast experience and peak form to overwhelm younger, less experienced opponents. She has been in the biggest matches, faced the highest pressure, and knows exactly what it takes to win when everything is on the line. For Alexandra Ella, however, this match has become about far more than advancing to the next round or collecting ranking points. With Pauline Hanson's passionate words still echoing across news outlets worldwide and the eyes of the sporting world fixed firmly on her every move, Ella must compartmentalize the external noise and pressure, step onto the court, and perform at the absolute highest level against Venus Williams, one of the greatest players to ever pick up a racket. The nerves, the internal pressure, the weight of expectation, and the scrutiny from critics and skeptics all converge at once, making this far more than a tennis match. It has become a trial of focus, courage, and resilience under the brightest possible spotlight. Spectators watch intently, barely concealing their anticipation. waiting to see if Ella will crumble under the enormous weight of controversy and prove she can't handle the spotlight her words have created. But her supporters, those who believe in her right to speak truth to power, and now Pauline Hanson herself standing as her most prominent defender, are betting on her resilience, mental toughness, and ability to channel pressure into peak performance. This match is shaping up to be absolutely electric, a must-watch event that transcends normal tournament play. The raw, explosive power and aggressive baseline game of Jovic, combined with Ella's crafty, creative left-handed style, will face off against the accumulated wisdom, tactical brilliance, and combined power of Williams and Svitolina. It's as much a test of mental fortitude as it is of physical skill, technical ability, and tactical acumen. The question everyone is asking: will the 12-word warning, the public support, and the fight for something bigger than herself embolden Ella to reach the absolute peak of her abilities, or will the battle-tested, championship-proven veterans exploit the distraction, media circus, and external pressure to assert their dominance? Recent updates from Auckland indicate that both teams have been practicing intensely, and the buzz around this first-round doubles match is already surpassing the attention typically reserved for semi-finals or finals. Tournament organizers are reportedly considering moving the match to a larger court to accommodate the growing spectator interest and media coverage. Ella has been spotted working extensively on her serve and return game, clearly preparing for the power and precision Venus Williams will bring, while Williams and Svitolina focus on their net play and communication, the essential elements of doubles that can often overcome raw talent and individual ability. The broader tennis community has been weighing in as well, with several prominent coaches and former players sharing their thoughts on social media. Rennie Stubbs, former world number 1 in doubles and current ESPN commentator, tweeted that this match represents everything beautiful about tennis. The intersection of generations, the passing of wisdom, and the hunger of youth challenging established excellence. She noted that, regardless of the political controversy swirling around the match, the clash promises to be a showcase of skill, strategy, and resilience on the court. For Ella, what matters most is what happens between the lines, giving the young Filipina star the perfect opportunity to let her tennis do the talking. Observers have also noted that Venus Williams herself has long used her platform to speak out on important issues, from fighting for equal prize money to advocating for social justice, making this matchup a symbolic passing of the torch not just in tennis skill, but in the tradition of athletes refusing to stay silent in the face of injustice. In just a few days, the ASB Classic has transformed from a standard pre-Australian Open tune-up into possibly the most watched and discussed tournament on the planet. The script reads like a Hollywood movie, a young star under siege from powerful forces, a controversial political figure coming to her defense, and now a dramatic showdown against one of the greatest living legends in the sport. What happens next could define not only Alexandra Ella's career trajectory, but also set precedents for how young athletes from smaller nations navigate the pressures of speaking out while maintaining competitive focus. The match against Venus Williams and Alina Svitolina will be watched by millions, analyzed by experts, and remembered long after it ends. If Ella and Jovic pull off a massive upset, it will send a powerful message about resilience and rising to the moment when everything seems stacked against you. If they fall short, it will still be a vital learning experience and a testament to showing up and competing under immense external pressure. This is precisely the kind of perfect storm competition and controversy, sports and society that makes tennis so compelling. Never just about forehands and backhands, serves and volleys, but about courage, conviction, and character under fire. Tennis at its best is about character under pressure, standing your ground when powerful forces try to push you down, and finding your voice when the world wants to silence you. Every second of this match, every point, every pivotal moment, and every development in the ongoing Hanson saga will be tracked closely. Fans are invited to weigh in. Was Pauline Hanson right to publicly defend Alexandra Ella, or should she have stayed out of sports-related controversies? Do athletes have a responsibility to speak out on important issues, or should they focus solely on their sport? And of course, the burning question: who is your pick for this blockbuster match? Will it be the hungry young duo of Ella and Jovic, eager to prove themselves with everything to gain and nothing to lose, or the championship-proven legends Venus Williams and Alina Svitolina, who have seen it all and conquered it all? Share your predictions, thoughts, and hot takes in the comments. Every opinion is read and appreciated. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the wildest stories of the year, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss updates, analysis, and the incredible stories Champions Tennis brings daily. Despite everything swirling around her, Ella herself remains focused, saying, "So much has changed, but nothing's changed at all. On my day-to-day, I'm still working hard, doing the best I can to prep, proving that even amid chaos, True athletes keep their eyes on the game.
And now, do the best I can, prep. I guess I always say like so much has changed, but nothing's changed at all. On my day to day, I'm still working the same.
I'm never really sober. You know there's really only one thing on my mind. I know I could